Gotcha. I'm back. It's been a long time, really long time. So this, I'll do a little update, and I got a few thank yous to do. To catch up, basically, last July, pruning my willows. I don't know how tall, 80-foot, 60-foot willow. Anyway, I did a lot of leaning back. I'm not going to show you that. A lot of leaning back. And I ended up with a little back problem, we'll just say. So I had a bulge disc between L4 and L5. And if the disc's this wide, then I had part of the disc squishing and going up the same distance up into the little opening, the tube that the nerve goes through. And finally at one point I went to the hospital and the dumb doctor said, gave me some Valium and sent me home. I was like, you know, my wife had to help me to the car. The next day I couldn't even move. We called an ambulance and we went to a different hospital. And we did an MRI, and they found it, and all's well, we're moving forward. But no, the insurance said it was pre-existing. That's right. So we're still dealing with that headache. So basically, we've been paying it all. We've paid about $15,000. I still owe about $23,000. So let's move on beyond that. Basically, though, other complications were, it took so long before I did surgery. Did it the Monday after Thanksgiving that it had shifted from the left side and started bulging out on the right and pushing on that nerve. But the surgery was already scheduled. So I do now have some pain on the right. It's not crippling me, but it's just pain wears you mentally, emotionally, the whole bit, as well as physically, of course. So I'm dealing with that. Trying to do PT, physical therapy, a little tough when you're dealing with another injury at the same time. But I'm pressing forward, and we'll see where we go with all that. But paying all that out of my pocket, I'm not actually going under the blade anytime soon again. So I have to thank a few people, though. I've got to thank people that have encouraged me along the way, and some good friends that know who they are, and I appreciate them. But then I've got some beer mail, so let's get to this real quick. Let's go for it. All right, I'm going to get to this smaller looking box. It's no less. This one comes to us from none other than the Man Bear Pig 112233455455. Anyway, that is Josh Hoover, who has had his accolades in enough of beer comps and the SJ Port Challenge in the past. And I love my nephew. Oh my gosh, I've not opened this. I've got a little... Well, look at that inside. Happy holidays from him and the missus. Isn't that sweet? And the dogs. That's right, Jackie and Duke. I'll be seeing him soon. February, 3 weeks in, I'll be going down for his brother's wedding, for Sam's wedding, that's right, to Lauren. And what a beautiful couple they are. This is the tortoise. I forget this one's name, but this thing's funny. I get videos all the time on the tortoise. What a guy, look at that. Christian and Kevin. He sent 2. Right on. I believe this is his barley wine. I'll take a peek. Okay, if you can see it through there, BW, barley wine, 14%. And this bunch, cans, that's right. We got some cans, and this is coming to us from Gary, that's right. Gary's been known as MaineBrewGuy forever, as in the state of Maine, but he's got a new brewery name. It's now Tap Out Brewing in Naples, Florida, where he's living. You know, with all the fat cats down there. But he's doing well. He's got a beautiful girlfriend. And but check out these beers, man. So we've got the Walking Head Pale Ale. Okay. And we've got the Blonde Ale. Now this is supposed to be a fantastic blonde, Gary's recipe. I'm gonna probably get into that one first. Then we got the Blonde Ale, but this one's with fruit. This has got guava in it. And then over here, we've got the Hop Challenge India Pale Ale. Okay, here's Ben's Blonde Ale. So I'll get to try Ben's. We've got the Cryo Days IPA. We've got a kettle sour with mango in it. And then we get the Red X Coffee Double IPA. I don't think he was excited about the coffee mix in this, but we'll find out. So I'll be trying those very soon. And I've got a whole sheet on all of Gary's beers, so I'll be reviewing that as I go along. And then the next one comes from Exit 12 Brewery. That's right. Now, if you haven't heard of these guys, you need to check out their videos, and I will definitely have a link to get you over to their channel. I'll have a link from them all, but you need to check them out. This is the up-and-coming guys right here. As far as the Homebrew Wednesday crew and everything else. Real fun. You got two guys here, so they're both on here. You can see it if you look closely. That's right. So we've got both Nick and Brandon. And Nick Legasaur, we chat frequently. He's just a wonderful guy, and we've talked about things back and forth. A nice little rundown on all these beers, and a nice personal note. And I appreciate this, Nick, so much. You don't have any idea. And they've even got, look at this, so it's all done with a stamp. They've got the stamp for the brewery on here, and they've got the stamp over here. Pretty clever. This added to his packing. Treehouse Brewing Company. This first one is commercial beer he sent my way to get to review. This one's called Green. It's brewed in Madison by Treehouse Brewing Company. I've never had one of the Treehouse beers, so that's awesome. Thanks to you both. Thanks, Nick and Brandon. This one here is the Wild Sinister Kid. It's from Trillion Brewing Company, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to trying that. But then we got homebrews, of course. So we've got the Once in a Lifetime Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. And this one is made with cacao, so cocoa nibs, and coffee beans added. So look at that, fun label too, isn't it? That's pretty sweet, with a nice description on the side. I'm looking forward to trying that. Oh, I watched the video on this. So this is the Friendsgiving Cranberry Pale Ale. I love that concept, beautiful concept. Now probably is getting a little long in the tooth. I will get to them as soon as possible, because I wasn't able to drink beer while the back I finally got off all the meds. Okay, this one is the Lateral Cohesion Apple Cinnamon Brown Ale. Exit 12, here it is. I have to get Christian in on this action. He's the brown ale guy. He loves this kind of thing, so we will definitely get him in on this. Oh, and then another Friendsgiving. So Christian and I both have our own bottle to review that. That's awesome. I do appreciate it. And Christian and I just talked about this the other day. If you look in the background, you can see that I've got stuff drying. We just cleaned things up. We did make a beer, and I will get a video out on it. I wanted to wait until I had the whole thing together from start to finish and drinking it. And so Christian and I brewed just over 2 weeks ago. He did all the heavy lifting, of course. And we made, well, kind of. Larry Lentz, that's Lermo22, gave us his Roadrunner recipe, which I can't give to you, but you can always ask Larry for it if he's willing to. It's up to him. But we said, we want a little lighter beer. We dialed it down. Well, I realized that my water ratios were off on the Braumeister, and so I've tweaked that for the next beers. But so we had too much water in it when we made it, and that's probably why my efficiencies haven't been quite as high as I've been expecting lately. So that's been tweaked, and so the beers will be on track again. But anyway, so we went back and then we added some LME. We're gonna end up at 6 point something %. So much for having a light beer. What the heck? It's supposed to be like a pale ale, and yeah, it's not going to be that, because we followed the ounces, but we didn't really follow the alpha acid levels. We had a whole bunch of cryo hops, and they come out like 24, alpha. We just said, calls for an ounce. We're putting it all in. We really wanted an IPA. I'm going to come back and make Larry's a pure Roadrunner eventually, but it smells so good. So that is carbing up. It will be ready that afternoon for Super Bowl. That's perfect. I love it. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. I'm back. I don't know how much I'll put out there, but I'll be putting out some videos. I've got some that I haven't edited, so I'll try to get some of those out there. But I want to thank everyone for their support. You guys have a good time brewing, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.